What do we need to have a great show together? Well, let me just talk to you for a moment about the room setup. If we're going to have an after dinner or after lunch show and you've got a crowd of at least 50 or more, which you probably do, we've got to have a platform. And let me tell you why that's important. If you think about it, if you're in the front row, if I was just standing on this floor, you could see every bit of me. Top to bottom, you could see everything I was doing. But now imagine yourself part way back in that crowd. You're maybe 6 or 7 tables back. You see, if I was standing on the floor up in front of you, all you would be able to see is the back of people's heads, and maybe you'd see me from the shoulder up. You wouldn't be able to see what's in my hands, would you? So we've got to raise me up just a little bit on that platform so that people can see what's in my hands. So that's number one. Number two is, magic is like television in some ways. People have to see straight on everything in order to understand what's happening, to be able to enjoy it. So we don't want to have people wrapped around the left or right of the performer or the stage. Have them at least 6 feet in front of the stage, straight across and all the way deep. Oh, by the way, you don't want to have a dance floor between the platform and the people. It creates too much of a barrier. It's almost like then you're watching me on television and they don't feel included. So get those tables right up close. That's the next thing. Now, there's 2 more important elements, lighting and sound. You know, lighting, let's talk about that. Lighting, professional lighting. Not overhead can lighting coming down, but frontal lighting, just like in a theater. You see, it's not only so that people can see, so that what I have is illuminated, but it's to be able to downplay all the visual distractions in the room. It creates focus. And when people see that light, they can't help. It's like moths to a flame. They just have to watch whatever's happening. So we got to have that. The last thing is sound. Now, I know that a lot of ballrooms, they say, oh, we've got sound, and there's those baffle speakers, as they call them, stuck in the ceiling. You know, as a last resort, that's okay, but what's better to have is a standalone speaker system. What I mean is, at the front of the stage, a speaker on either corner, projecting out so that the sound is coming from me. Can you imagine sitting out there in the middle and hearing the sound coming behind you, but the guy's up front? It's very confusing on the brain, very uncomfortable. So I'm all about making you become the greatest host on earth. If people can see and people can hear, it's a fabulous event.